So I'm going to do a little bit of an unboxing video for, this is our second Gurneys order this season. So the first one, if you go to our Instagram, you can see I did a sort of an unboxing on the Fuji tree that we got, Fuji apple tree. Unfortunately, we have had a little bit of bad experience with Gurneys live plants in the past. 2 years ago, we got some garlic from them and it was rotted. Now, the nice thing about Gurneys is that they do have like a quality guarantee, and they did give us store credit for that issue. But then last year we ordered an apricot and a nectarcot tree from them, and the apricot was dead on arrival and the nectarcot died shortly after. So unfortunately, you know, that was a little bit bad experience 2 years in a row, but again, they gave us store credit. So we did buy another apricot and nectarcot tree from them, but we placed a lot bigger of an order this year than we did last year. We thought third time's a charm, we'll give them another chance. The Fuji tree that we just got actually looked like it was rotting a little bit. I don't really like the way that Gurneys ships their trees as opposed to other places. A lot of other places I've noticed will put like, they'll put like, she's deaf, so I had to give her the stop signal. But anyways, they'll put, like wrap them with a little bit of wet, like shredded newspaper. And Gurneys doesn't do anything like that. So I'll pull this. This is, this shipment, we had 2 wild plum trees. If you don't know what those are, or I'm sorry, native plum trees. If you don't know what those are, they're native to northern regions, and they produce fruit, and the fruit is like a wild plum. I don't really know that much about the flavor profile, but if you look them up, there's a couple of other videos about wild plums as far as tasting goes and things like that. The main reason I wanted them was just to introduce more native fruits to our property. So we got this one, and we got the other one was, I think, a serviceberry tree. I think they go by a bunch of different names, but that one's also native to our area in Northwest Indiana. So we got 2 of the native varieties, but this one, I'll pull it out so you can see. This is what they get shipped in. So Gurneys sends them in a bag like this. It's a big long bag, and the trees are like kind of like, you know, rolled up into the bag. And then this one had one of these in it. And the thing that I don't like about it, like I said, is that there's nothing to keep these moist. There's nothing to keep them wet. And actually, there's a lot of moisture in this bag. So the actual entire tree is wet, which I don't think is that big of a deal because, you know, when it rains, the whole entire tree trunk as well as the roots get water. So I don't think that's that big of a deal, but I'm not a huge fan of the way that they ship them without anything around the roots, because then, for one thing, you're either going to have to plant these right away, or you're going to have to soak or wrap the roots wherever you store them until you're able to plant them. So I'm not a huge fan of that, but these actually look really healthy. There's not a huge root system on them, but it is there. And these are actually decently sized. I'm going to hold that back here so you can kind of see how tall it is. So they're decently sized. As compared to the apricot tree, especially, that we got last year, that was literally half the size of this. So it was like, not including the roots, it was about this tall, which was just tiny. And they're like $60 some for this apricot and nectarcot tree that we got. So I thought it was a little ridiculous price-wise for it to be as small as it was. But you know, we ended up reordering it because they reimbursed us, so we didn't want to waste the money. But anyway, so this is the other one. So I can hold it back here so you can kind of see. And that's the root system on this one. It's got a longer, a little bit more of a root system. They do ship this as a 2-for-1. So one price, you get 2 trees for it. And it's to basically ensure pollination. So that's something that you want to be aware of if you're going to order these from Gurneys, is that they do ship them. You have to get 2. They come as 2. There's no option to just pick one. But I'm excited about these. I hope that they do well, and I'm glad that they arrived in pretty good condition. I mean, I'm definitely not an expert on bare root plants, but just based off of what we've gotten last year and the year before, especially in comparison to the recent shipments that we've gotten from Gurneys specifically, this is encouraging. We do still have more coming from Gurneys, and I will do more videos as they arrive. We're supposed to be getting an apricot, a necticot, one raspberry plant. We have other raspberries out there in our yard. I just wanted one that was a different color than the red raspberries. We have like 8 red raspberry plants of different varieties out there. This one I think is like an Annie, I think is what it's called. It's a yellow raspberry. So just for fun, for a different color. And then we have strawberries out there as well, but we're getting some bare root strawberries from them. I'm trying to think of what else from Gurneys that we're getting. And I can't think of what the other things are off the top of my head. And then we do have some stuff coming from Jung as well. We have some honeyberry varieties. We have, or Haskap. I don't know, some people call them honeyberries, some people call them Haskap. I believe that one is Russian descent, whereas the other one I think is like Chinese descent. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong about that. You can certainly correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but that's the difference, is certain varieties descend from certain places. So honeyberries versus Haskaps. I just kind of call them a honeyberry Haskap because I figure that way it covers both of those, and then people kind of that know one or the other know what I'm talking about. Brand new to me, never grown them before, excited to grow them. And then what else are we getting? We're getting pink champagne currants. We're getting some, I should have had a list written down of everything that we're getting because we did order a lot. The serviceberry tree, like I said, we are getting one of those. An Asian pear. We're getting an Asian pear, which I'm excited about. We do have 2 pear trees out there already. One is massive. I don't know the variety, but I think it's a Barlette pear. It's very old. It's like over 20 feet tall, and it bears tons of pears every year. So, and then we have another one that we bought that has yet to fruit. It's still pretty small. So I'm hoping that between those 2, one of those varieties will be a pollinator friendly to the Asian pear variety that we got. And then there was something else. We got some Pilgrim cranberries, which I'm excited about. So they're basically cranberries, like, when you make cranberry sauce out of them and everything. But they grow in a lot less picky soil, and they're very low to the ground. And they basically creep along the ground, and then they're just covered. Like if you pull the little tiny leaf sections away, there's like a bunch of berries underneath. And I only got 1 plant of those, because I'm hoping that I can kind of propagate more and make it like a ground cover in an area for those. And then I got some gummy berries, which I'm really excited about gummy berries because gummy berries are a nitrogen fixer. I've looked up tons of videos, or basically any video that I could find as far as the taste goes, and I've heard that they're good, but they are astringent. So, but I've also heard that if you pick them closer to being like fully ripe, they're a lot less astringent and they taste a lot better. So I am excited for those because they pull nitrogen from the atmosphere into the plant and push it out into the roots, into the soil. So very excited about the gummy berries, and I got 2 of those. And then I know there's some other things that I'm forgetting, and I apologize, I didn't have a list with me, but I wanted to do this unboxing video sort of quickly so that I could show you guys what is coming out of this particular box that I got from Gurneys as like a sort of review, but still give myself enough time to get outside and get them planted, get the chores done before my kids get off the bus. So I just want to pop in and show you guys this shipment and what it looks like. And yeah, and just keep checking back in for more updates as far as the more boxes that we get in, because I'll do more reviews. I've done some reviews in the past. If you go back in a couple videos, I don't have that many videos on here, but I do have one. I think it's specifically Jung Seeds. I love Jung Seeds. I can't say enough about them. Not affiliated with them whatsoever. I get no kickback. They probably don't even know who I am, but the quality of the rootstock is just amazing. Like their sizes versus their prices are great. The trees come healthy. They come well packaged. They're one of my favorite companies to buy fruit trees from. So yeah, that's all I have to say for today, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye guys.